Well, there's this super wet boggy area here, and it stinks like anything. So, and we've got this unusual sort of glaucous looking aquatic, semi-aquatic vegetation here, which also I think something like that grows with dying here in the United States. And I've also seen this growing with witchigrai over in Victoria too, so something to look out for. But whether it is native or an invasive weed, I don't know, but I'm not an expert in that area. Maybe the bloke who wrote Gardening with Carnivores would be a specialist in that area and know all about that. But anyway, this is probably the last clip because the batteries keep dying. But having said that, sometimes I find a combination that seems to go on forever. I think maybe because I've got one dud battery somewhere and it's just finding out which one's the dud battery, either because I've dropped it or it's just lost its conductivity. Because when I was charging up this morning, one of them stayed cold, sort of thing. But I didn't know whether that was because my battery charger was only broken on one side, so I transferred it over and it got warm. So, well, that's because it was broken again. I don't know, but anyway, don't want to start a fire. Oh, kangaroo bouncing out there, as you can probably see. I don't know, it's on wide angle probably, so you can't see it there. But the burnt out area goes all the way over here as well, so a bit of rusty iron out there as well. So there are other areas to explore, but as I said, I think the best idea is to come back early next year before the normal southern wet season of the third week of May starts. Come back just before then, I reckon, somewhere between February and May. But of course, if we're going to have a really bad season because it started 6 weeks earlier than usual, maybe earlier than later, I don't know. I mean, this whole place could get burnt out this season, you don't know. But we could explore all the way through up there. You never know, could be some pygmy growing up on there by next year from seed or something. You never know. But we've got all that to explore, you know. It just goes on for 80 miles, so, you know, if it's here, it's here somewhere, and I suppose over the years we'll get to it finally. If it is actually growing in the park, it's not on the edge or slightly outside, but they list it for here. The usual thing. It's not actually in Square Water, it's on the other side of the road. Oh, you can find it by Google Maps. As I did. Jeez, was that a serendipitous find? Have I lost the walkout? Have I lost the walkout? I think I've lost the walkout, fellas. Oh yeah, didn't we just walk through or something? Oh yes. Oh, it isn't the path. I walked into this area, so basically it's a case of walking through, isn't it? There is no path. I made my own path, so I've got to walk back out through there. Okay, fair enough then. Oh, well, they got some sort of solar-powered monitoring system, or are they just measuring the water table? Interesting bit of upturned potato gun or something. Oh, joke. We'll go out there. We'll see. Interesting. Okay. I know it's just a platform for their data recording material, or someone's vandalised it or something. Taking the nuts and bolts. The bits and bobs. Bits and bobs. Bits and whatever. Well, would be nice. Maybe the government nursery should have like a banana planting program or something, but they breed it up in mass numbers and they just plant it everywhere they can. There's like a standard plant in any boggy area in the state. Maybe get different clothes. See which ones grow better in wetter conditions, which ones grow better in drier conditions. which ones can hang on with their roots in the driest conditions. You know, bit of research. Or was that too much of a stretch? Anyway, we'll see. Maybe they can measure the amount of flammable gas production in the soil and correlate it to my idea of it being the tip of the CP, the tip of the triangle. Everything stems from that, basically. That's my thesis in a nutshell. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, and that's basically all it is, I think. Now, am I getting lost again, or is it a case of just going through that? Have we found an easier way to get through, or a harder way? I'll put end the clip here in case we lose it to the ether, I suppose. And we have a little bit of a creek line we can get across. Oh, look at that, iron bell in that, so there you go. Must run some water, apparently. I'll go over that for this clip.